Hey guys, so today we're going to learn to draw a shark. So I'm going to teach you how to take basic shapes, turn basically this photo of this shark. We're gonna cartoon this shark. Some supplies you're gonna need are your crayons for coloring him after, your pencil, and to outline him, kind of like a coloring book, you're gonna need a marker. You don't need the same one that I have, but if you have some kind of black marker. And basically when you look at any picture of a shark, I just picked this one, you're gonna look for shapes in the drawing. Like, you can see a triangle here. And then in his fins, you see triangles. There's a triangle here, and a triangle here. And he has a triangle here. And then his fin on this side is actually a really thin triangle. So whenever you have a photo, you can pretty much draw anything. You just have to look for the shapes in it like that. And like his whole body is basically one big oval. And that's what we're gonna start with on our paper, is this big oval that you see right here. So actually let's turn our paper to the side, since that's kind of how our photo is. So we're going to start with that oval that I showed you. You're just going to draw oval in the center of your page. Like that. And then now if you look from our oval right here, I'll kind of draw it a little bit darker. If you look from our oval, you'll see his nose is another triangle. So from our oval, we're gonna add a triangle. And don't worry about his eyes or his nose, like his little nostril or his mouth yet. We'll get to that later. We're just looking at the shapes right now. So now we're looking at our other triangles we have spread out over his body. The next triangle, you kind of find where on this oval that top fin would be. So you kind of measure, it's about maybe right here. So then we'll put our next triangle right here. And then we do the same for this, his bottom flipper right here. So let's say from his nose, kind of looking, and then this oval kind of goes down a little bit right here. It's about right there. We're gonna do, so Let me try to make it easier for you before we do our rounded fin. We'll do our triangle out like this. And if you want to keep it that way and just make it super cartoony and keep it pointed, that's okay. But if you want to round it out like it is in the photo, you can round it out too and just follow that line and make it more rounded around the outside of your triangle. Like that. And then you can erase the inside triangle, unless you decided to keep the triangle look for your cartoon shark. It's all up to you. And then, so if we look, our side fin right here is kind of matched up with our top fin. So where we drew this triangle, we're gonna kind of, you can lightly draw a line down to help, and then maybe about the center of our oval you can make like a little dot, and then this is sometimes where I get a ruler to try to help me. And then, since it's kind of a weird looking triangle, it's a very thin triangle if you look at it. Right? Because it's an itty bitty point up here, and then it comes down to here. So with our little dot right here, we can kind of draw a line there, like that. Just a little dash. And then draw a line down out here, and then with your ruler we're gonna match it up with our other one. And then, like, kind of like down here, you can kind of round it out after you've done that. And we don't need our little... Okay, so now to figure out his back tail part, there's also these itty bitty triangles too that we'll have to add, but there's also this big triangle right here that's added on to our middle oval. So you can either use a ruler again to help you, or you can eyeball it. I'm just gonna eyeball it, I think, and I'm gonna mark probably just kind of right out here to where I want my triangle to end, and then kind of draw from my oval out to that dot. Like so. So there's our other triangle on the other side. And then these itty bitty triangles, you kind of do the same thing, kind of measure out about where they would be, and then add our little itty bitty triangle, and then another itty bitty triangle at the bottom. And then for his back tail, I'm going to cover up this just so you can see what we're doing with his back tail. Once again, 2 big triangles. They're a little bit more awkward triangles, but they're still triangles. Both at the ends of his tail fin. So we're gonna, now if you notice, this triangle is a little bit smaller than that top one. So for this top one, go up. Oh, that looks more like airplane. I'm gonna erase that. See, even I make mistakes. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. See, if you notice, we actually have to draw a line straight out from here first. So let's draw our line straight out from here. And then it actually, if you look at our line here, it's kind of diagonal out. So then we'll do this. And I'm going to round out that a little bit. And then do the same thing for the bottom. And then you can erase this middle line. That was just to help us see the triangles. But if I hadn't put that there, I wouldn't have realized that there is an extra space. That helped me realize I was doing it wrong. So there's like our basic outline of our shark. Now we can do all the inside parts, his face, and put his gills in and stuff. Now you can erase our, well, I wouldn't erase this part yet because that'll help us do his face. But you can erase like this line, and this line right here, and these lines. And actually this line you can kind of keep there because since this fin is actually on the other side, it kind of helps show that. Okay, so now for his face and probably some of his markings and stuff. So his eye, you kind of are going to do that measurement thing again. So if you see kind of where the oval shape is, it's kind of a little bit in from there. We're going to draw that eye shape. And then if you see where his nostril is, it's a little diagonal down from his eye. So if we're going to do that, the same thing with our pencil. His nostril would be about right here. And then we can also have that help us with where we're going to put our mouth. So his mouth would be about here. And then his teeth. This picture, because it's grayscale, it kind of doesn't show them very well. But more triangles. So we can just kind of add them in here like this. Now you can erase your oval line completely. Oops. Now we can do the pattern. Just like any other animal in the animal kingdom, sharks probably have different patterns. So you can have any sort of pattern probably on your shark. You can have a different pattern than mine. I'm just gonna follow this reference picture. I'm sure great white sharks, I know they have like different scars they can have. So if you want to put a scar on your great white shark, I think I might. That may look kind of cool. Now I'm just doing the same thing I did when we were looking to find every other thing, like finding his eye and stuff. I just kind of look at like where his mouth is, so I kind of eyeball and look about where his pattern hits on his body, and then I kind of roughly draw where that line is gonna be. And then it looks like most of his tail is that blue-gray color. And then his fin is just a little bit gray right there. And actually I wouldn't cut this off too short. Most of this is actually gray. Oh, we should put his gills. So his gills, if you look on the picture, this one is kind of faded, but his gills are actually right here. But if you looked up a reference picture on Google or wherever, that's where his gills are, right above that fin. So if we go right above this fin, or flipper, is it a fin or a flipper? Then you would put his gills about right there. If you want to put gills. If you don't want to put gills, then you don't need to. If you like how he looked without them, then I might give him a scar right here. He's gonna be a rough looking great white shark. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my black marker to outline him like a coloring book, and I'll probably time lapse this in the video, so you can go ahead and do that if you have a black marker. If not, you can go ahead and color him already. So I hope you enjoyed this how to draw video on how to draw this shark. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you would like to see more of these videos. I do a lot of these really simple beginner how to draw videos geared towards kids and beginner artists. So if you like these, go ahead and subscribe because I do these quite a bit. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!